Why not? Tell
Because
me,
that's weird.
tell me that's a Kodak moment.
Yeah, the cameras would like see me. Like, imagine I'm working. Next thing they know, I'm just
Taking pictures.
yeah, like
What's wrong with that?
because it's perverty. It's not. They didn't give me their consent. I mean,
Okay.
they don't need to give me consent. It's in a public place, but
Yeah.
I don't think I'd like it if someone took a picture of me. Like,
So,
imagine I'm having a nice moment, and then like I turn and some weirdos in the stand just
recording.
like, how would you feel?
No.
But yeah, I captured
Tell
this
me about
moment.
this moment. Tell me about the moment.
So I was working today. It was the perfect timing. It was a Kodak moment, and I wished at that moment my eyes were like a camera, because I was like, man, all these moments that I picture at work, like throughout my day, like it's always around the perfect timing when the sun gets a little warmer and the wind just gets a little, where it's just perfect enough to
Like a sunset?
yeah. No, sometimes it's not sunset. It's kind of like a haze, like a sunny haze. It's not really sunny. It's not really sunset. It's not gloomy. It's just it's like a perfect summer day. Like, you have to really feel it. And then I just peer and I look around out of genuine curiosity. And today I just so happened to look directly in front of me, and there was a sailor, and he was literally just walking down the strip. He's coming from my left, and I see this woman approaching him. And she's like, oh my god. But that wasn't the best part, because then she turns around, she's like, Mija. And then this little girl, looked like me too, just jumps out of this car. And then she just runs to her dad. And then you just see him like that, just like on his knee and just waiting to embrace. And then she just hugs him. And then you just see him like holding her and he's smiling. And then you just see him like do that. And you just know he's crying. Like that little jerk. And I was just like,
pure joy.
I wish I could just, I wish everyone could see it.
You wish your eyes would have recorded that.
Yeah, and it just reminded me like that time where I just, who's that? Open the door. Danny, oh my god. And then I jumped on him and then I was like, you know, all up in his ear.
With the big brother?
Yeah. It was just, it was perfect. And then you see like the woman walk over and just like he's excited to see her too. Yeah. But like, just like this kid is just like staring at him.
Yeah.
But
I think that made up for the other encounter that you had with the other family.
It literally just made me want to treat everyone so much better. Like, every day at work, every person that comes into my line, I see it as an opportunity to change their day. So I'm always so nice.
To make a difference in the day as well. So tell me the story about the little boy.
It was yesterday or today. Man, it was two families actually. It was two families where I've seen like kids broken like this. But yesterday, it was specific. This kid, he's eating his spaghetti. It's a big family. There's two tables, and the table's sitting in front of me. So this is my snow cone stand, and this is where I'm making drinks. This little kid sitting right here in front of me, between the snow, like right here where I'm making the snow cones, and right here I'm making the drinks. He's sitting right here where I plug in my stuff. So these are my direct line of sight. And I see them all get excited when they first sit down. And the dad brings the food, they all sit down, they're enjoying their meals. And then he brings spaghetti for this kid. He's like, I got you your favorite spaghetti. And the kid's so excited. They start eating. It's him and another boy. And they're sitting across from each other. And
how old do you think they were?
This kid's about like anywhere between the ages of 4 to 7. He's young. He's younger than Elon.
Kind of like Victor.
Yeah.
But smaller.
Yeah. No, like Victor.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly like Victor. Kind of like that. Okay. And he's eating his spaghetti, and he's just, Mom, it wasn't even a mess. It was not a mess. No spaghetti. He literally had marinara sauce right here and right here. What kid? What do you expect from a child?
Eating spaghetti.
And his dad literally turns around. He was like, he's like, quit eating like an effing kid. He was like, you're making a mess. Like, he's really just breaking this kid down.
Jesus.
And then he ends up like throwing an napkin at him. Like, just, you know, when you just angrily give someone something?
Yeah.
And this kid, like, literally grabs his napkin. And, like, I see him just clean his mouth. And that's when it starts. And he starts crying. And now I see this kid literally sitting at this table, crying his eyes out, eating spaghetti. And I feel so bad because he's literally like, I can't do anything. Like, I so bad want to be like, hey, you are an a-hole. Obviously, he's going to eat like a kid. He's a kid. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not going to eat like he's proper. And, like, the other kid was eating practically the same. The only difference is the kid was licking his lips. And
what parent would not get to enjoy a child eat their food?
Exactly. I was like, you buy your kid your favorite and then you get mad because he's eating it how he enjoys?
And what do you expect? Eating spaghetti, right?
Yeah, and so the whole time his dad's just really pissed off.
Tearing him up.
Yeah, just complete jerk. And meanwhile, this is going on. Like, this kid is crying, eating his spaghetti. His sister is crying as well. And then I see, like, the dad's like, come here. And then the dad and the little girl walk off. And then about, like, 3 to 5 minutes later, like, I make 2 more drinks. And then when I turn back around and I'm, like, making some more, I see the little girl and the dad come back. And this time, the little girl's walking in front of the dad, gripping her arm, like, wailing, like, crying. She's just, boo-hoo crying, like, all that. And her whole arm, like, her whole bicep right here is just red. Like, the whole thing is red. You cannot deny it was not red. She's all puro blanca, güerita, rojo.
Oh, my God. He hit her.
And for sure, she's gripping. And what made it worse was not the fact that this dad tore up his kid, broke his spirit, and abused his other kid. It was the fact that his mom sat there.
Like his wife.
His wife.
The mother of the kids.
Yeah, the mother of the kids sat there,
and then,
watched her son cry, handed him another napkin, and then when her daughter came back, told her she'd be fine. Literally just hugged her and was like, you're okay. You're okay. You're fine. Like, sing, como es nada. But, like, when I watched her look at her kid, the little boy who was crying while eating spaghetti, I saw that look on her face like, I wish I could do something too. Like, but it was more of like, I feel bad, but, whatever. It was like that. Like, it was like I was seeing something, but then, se fue. Like, I could see it in her eyes, and I was just like, I felt so bad. I couldn't do anything. And so, then, after this little kid finishes, a little bit while later, his whole family just decides to get up and move tables, because another family leaves. But this whole family ends up sitting in another row in front of me, and leaves their own child sitting in front of my stand, still crying and eating his spaghetti.
Totally abandoned.
Just like trash. Like, basically, if I would have just finished my meal and left everything on the table for the waiters to clean it up.
Wow.
That's how they left their kid, and I felt so bad, because, like, this kid is right in front of where I'm making snow cones, crying while he's eating. Like, no kid should, like, you're eating your favorite meal. It's not going to be your favorite meal anymore, I promise you that. Like, you cannot just, like...
They're going to trauma to that.
Yeah, like, man, like, when I sat and I ate as a kid, it was my favorite meal. Like, man, I may have been hit before, but after it was my favorite meal, I was as happy as can be. But it's like, to, like, sit there and cry when you eat, it's a different kind of pain. Like, you're really sad. Because, like,
I remember
you're not really sad when you eat. You can't really be sad when you're eating. And this little kid, so I see him like that. I'm like, hey, buddy. And he looked over at me. And I was like, it was so hard. Because I was like, oh, don't make eye contact. But I wanted to look at him.
I can't look at that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I can't. So he's literally eating like this. I'm not even kidding. This is how big the thing was. It literally was open. Like this. And he's literally, like, was eating like this, crying. And he went, I was like, hey, buddy, he went. I was so heartbroken. I was like, was like, what's your favorite color? And he was like, I like red and blue. And I was like, well, I don't got red, but I got a blue umbrella. Do you want an umbrella? And he was like, I was like, okay. So I grabbed him like a little blue umbrella. And I gave it to him. I tried to find like the perfect one. I wasn't gonna give him a busted one. I gave him the umbrella. And this little kid, like, he had it and how it was open, like his spaghetti. This was like his container. Like it was literally this size. And so he has his spaghetti here and he just sticks it in there.
Oh.
I just see him like smile and then he continues eating. I was like,
You feel helpless sometimes. You wish you could
because I was like, how dare you? Like,
why would you do it to your child?
like,
right?
when you made your mistakes, you didn't purposely do it. Like, you weren't like, I'm gonna be an a-hole to my kid. Like, you never thought that. But this man was aggressive. Like, you could tell this was normal to him.
Mm-hmm. They do it probably right.
Yeah, it was on purpose. Like,
you know
why are you breaking your kid down like this?
You know what it is, Mom? I think it, the generational curses. Man,
yeah, but like
on.
I see generational curses, and I'm like, dang, like
you want to be better than your parents.
I never wanna like, if I had my kid, I never want to make my kid cry at a table. Right. Like, I'm not gonna make my kid feel like they're absolutely worthless. Like, that kid sat there and was just like,
oh, sad.
Crushed.
Did
absolutely crushed. And I remember that feeling, like, when I was dealing with my eating disorder, like, not in the same context, but I sat there with a meal, pasta, because that was my fear food at the time, because it was so heavy and full of carbs and calories, and my favorite meal. And I would sit there and I'd cry, because I would feel so disgusted that I would eat every single bite and enjoy it, and then throw it all back up, and then feel absolutely exhausted, disgusted, broken, stuck, just everything. I felt so horrible sitting there eating my favorite meal. And that's why I eat it all the time now. I don't care. I eat it so much now. No one can tell me nothing. But when you sit there and you just cry.
Did anybody, what happened after that? Anybody come to the rescue?
No, like, literally, right after that, like, I gave this kid an umbrella, and then he finished his meal alone. Like, if it wasn't for me there, this kid would have literally talked to himself. Like, I literally was just checking up on him.
That's so sad.
Like, was it good, buddy? He's like, thanks for the umbrella.
Oh my god, so heartbreaking.
Yeah, and like his family like didn't even care. Like, they were sitting at another table, they were all interacting. Like, their entire family was just all the kids.
Yeah, the tío,
kids. Yeah, the tío, the tia, the mom, the dad, the siblings, all of them were all together like a freaking Thanksgiving family, and then that one kid was eating spaghetti at a whole other table by himself.
That's so
all because he was eating like a kid. Like, he is a kid. Like, bro, your kid's what? 5? 6? How do you expect them to eat? Yeah.
I'm sure, the way that he's doing to his kid now, that his parents did the same crap to him. Probably.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, literally, you're just a broken kid who became an adult a-hole who thinks it's okay.
That's the unfortunate,
to be a jerk. Because now you have the huevos to do it. Because you're no longer that broken kid.
Now he's doing it to his own kid.
You're no longer the broken kid in that form. Now you're just a broken kid in an a-hole body of an adult. Like, I pictured it, I was just like...
It's just broken in me.
I was like, yeah, I'm part of, like, screw kids. Like, no thank you for myself. But I say that because I personally I see stuff and I'm like, man, I cannot do that to someone else.
No,
But I fear I might. Like, I never want to cause someone the pain that I've either experienced myself or that I've seen be experienced through others. Like, watching it from a distance. Like, I literally watched this kid get broken in front of me, and I couldn't be like, hey, because, like, this could be my job on the line.
Yeah.
So